I thought we were doing tall booty. Full booty.
Look how many people there are.
Look how many people there are.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look.
It's Biggs, and that's a Biggs something? I don't remember that.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
I don't know if I've ever heard them speak before.
I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
That seems kind of an insult, Biggs.
I could try if you like.
Tataru!
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Call herself a receptionist? How am I doing today? I'm doing good, Joe. You have any plans for the weekend? How's school going?
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there?
It's a device.
Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Oh, that's it.
Now I have you. You are right.
What's happening?
Oh, Tataru! Are we gonna pass out and they're gonna be sad about us?
Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
I have you, got you, Tataru. You said safe journey. Are you going somewhere? Did I just leave my body back there? Or... I hope I don't get cued in right now.
No, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Am I being teleported somewhere?
Your time has not yet come.
Oracle of Light. Somebody walking? I'm alive. Why do I look so annoyed? Oh look, this is really pretty. I like the colors here.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
There's a person over there. You had donuts dropped off at Llama's work? Oh. Oh, that was really nice of you, Crooked. It's Friday. Calories don't count on Friday.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wild?
My
this time
outfit
of
fits the background, this environment. This time of night.
night? Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk yet, he'd reply.
Oh, it's nighttime right now?
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it.
So it's just light all the time here?
Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby.
Chocobo!
Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
So I've been teleported to someplace else. where it's light during nighttime. But was it my body that got teleported or just my mind? Like, is my body still at the other place? And I'm passed out on the ground?
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
Wait, is that the Crystal Tower?
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Shadowbringers! I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh my god, we've been waiting 45 minutes for this duty. Let's see, where are we going? I guess we're going here. I want to go here though, because I want that aetherite. In case I get teleported out of here. Let's head to the Crystarium. But I'm gonna go here and, do I have my mounts? I don't have mounts? Oh, I can't go here? Oh, shoot. I was hoping that I could go there and get the aetherite in case I get teleported out of here because of this duty might teleport me out of here. Oh, it's another Viera. I don't feel like I've been seeing Viera's. And now we're seeing Viera's. Wait, were Viera's not added till Shadowbringers?
City I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger.
Bungirl.
And I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
Redonia?
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
She's a dancer too.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Oh no! He ate? Oh my god! No!
Everything all right, Captain?
Wait, is this the guy?
Right,
That's
my
his
lord.
staff.
Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
And oh yeah, and he's blue. You can see all his blue stuff.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious fronts, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Why did they begin the story with us, the first person I met getting eaten by whatever Sin Eater is? Like, just ate him all the way, munched him all the way up?
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
A crystal elixir?
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief.
A crossing?
And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the
13 reflections of shards?
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Crystal Exarch? What are these words? Hey, Gogus, how are ya? Good morning. Afternoon. Wait, are the other Scions here?
That is a question with no simple answer.
The simple answer is yes or no, sir.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light.
Oh, well, another one of your mysterious friends. So they are here.
By this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Good, we started a new expansion. And I've been queuing for this alliance raid for like an hour now.
City.
Hey Scarlet, how are ya?
The sole sanctuary for the living.
Give the doggies a treat in a second. Well, after this cutscene. Give the doggies some cookies.
Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Norvrant? The Cristeria? Is this the Aetherite? I'm gonna go grab this before... Hey Jade, how are ya? I'm gonna go grab this Aetherite before, just in case I get queued in. I was having some connection problems, so I'm gonna unqueue and queue back in, just in case. Because even if I do, oh, it's not responding. Even if I do unqueue and queue back in, it's gonna put me right back in with them. Average more than 30 minutes. All right. Doing great. I'm doing good. How's the garden going? How are the vegetables? Also Jade, how is your garden going? So it's harvesting time. Probably got some good stuff, huh? All right, we're at the Crystarium. What did I get? I got the White Oak Weapon Coffer. Item level 385. I have 400 though. But oh, the Shadowbringers Orchestran roll. I don't need 385 because it's crazy. You give me 400 at the end of Stormblood. I don't know. We'll look at it. I'll open it up. But I think our conversation will be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. I just want to go attune with that Aetherite before yeah, it put me right back in this queue with them. I don't need Conjurer points. I need Good Dancer. She can kick around the whole pool in a noodle or a kickboard. That's so cool. I love that. So where are we now on the map? Norvrant, the Crystarium. I need to speak with some people. People want to speak with me. Outside? Outside the rotunda? Yeah, if you're floating and kicking water, you're swimming. I know, we're so proud of her. Hello. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come into the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, Well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled-on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. It's tough to always be motivated to do work, I know. But you gotta ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And apparently today I just didn't want it that badly. Edit 20 streams of Final Fantasy 16. Oh my. Final Fantasy 16 is 20 streams worth? Wow. That would have taken me a few months to finish, huh? Librarian Morin, at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all matters of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh ho! So you have an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, and I'll fetch it for you. Did you say an illustrated book for children? But And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. Oh, he's so happy. A 100 years ago, or near enough to not matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from some unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We call this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. That's for keeping the Shadowkeeper? They killed the Shadowkeeper and then the light happened. Yet, just when it seemed like all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folks who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrant's sky. So now the light is bad? Too much light is bad? Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Okay, so we were taught about the Flood of Light. Okay. Oh, he was like, I just want company. Please be my friend. Here is here. You're a Slowpoke streamer. You've been playing an Alan Wake remaster for like 5 streams. Oh, that's okay. Play games at your own pace. Did I already do this one? I did. Too much sun, too much light is equals sunburn. Exactly. Exactly, Gogus. Oh, we could probably just teleport back to that other Aether. New to the city front? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it, too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for Vis, such as yourself, so find yourself something in your size shouldn't be a problem. The sturdy Gadgen? The Hodron? Okay, do I need to know these people? What are you? And you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. Oh, the Exarch is from the same place that we are? You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. Wait, maybe those are my friends. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. The peoples of the first. So people have different names here. People have different, they're called different things here. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized, too, thanks to us and the Mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Moran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have the whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Oh, one of the Exarch's countrymen, you say. I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. Hey Natasha! How are you? Happy Friday. How are you doing? The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he, and you, wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've aught to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catless, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help keep us the cogs of the city greased and turning. Okay, we learned about life in the Crystarium. Beautiful. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Yeah. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was somewhat of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted the details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. I am not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when I passed on into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it's best we focus on the present. You know what I haven't done? I haven't done my alliance rates either. And I need tombstones so that I can get my Dark Knight some pants. My Dark Knight walking around paintless.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
Con! Hi, Con! Thank you so much for the subscribe! 21 months!
And the reverse
Bapanada.
Antanada. Welcome in, how are you doing today?
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelt here for 3 winters.
3 winters?
While Thancred's camp stands at 5.
5?
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here.
Like forever? They live here now? Just late night chillin'. How's the critically acclaimed MMORPG going? It's going well. I'm really excited. We're in Shadowbringers now. And I've been trying to finish Stormblood for like a year, and now we're in Shadowbringers, and I'm super excited because I've been for a while. Have you played Final Fantasy XIV, Con?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
Urianger.
In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the First was rejoined with the Source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
But I thought the calamity... I thought the calamity was the flood.
Thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the First, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin-Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
I wish that we could...
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Well, I want to see my friends first. For the moment. But I want to see my friends.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
While it's being prepared. I like this floor. But this is the floor. We've seen that before in the Crystal Tower. So if a calamity is coming, then what, the flood wasn't a calamity? It killed like everybody, except for the people in the city. Lunati, yes, it's spoilery. It's spoilery territory, so please do not spoil yourself. Get out of here while you can. Would have been just my luck we would have gotten a duty while I was peeing. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I've been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants. Which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my introduction on their wares. Come along. Welcome home to the world of... I don't know. What are we doing here? Queuing for the Arum Vale. You TP'd in during the fight? Oh, wait, what fight?
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. Aught you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
We can still use gil.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
So it's just named gil? Is it actually gil?
From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
Well, that was conveniently easy.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Oh, were those tomes? The tombstones? They look like cell phones. What's wrong with me?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Oh, is that?
My dear Feo Ul.
Oh, yeah.
Paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
Why is she Irish?
This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? Wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
Aww, she's so
After
cute.
careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
Man, she makes me want to have
But
be
answer me
Scholar,
this,
but I don't
traveler.
really like Scholar.
Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yes?
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
What is this?
Raise your hand.
What a very enthusiastic pixie.
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest Sam.
Tis done.
Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Is she just gonna come with me?
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I wish I could tell Tataru. I wish I could tell Yes, let's send a message to Tataru. I wish I could tell Tataru that everyone's safe because she was so sad.
Consider it done.
Although I don't know what Tataru's gonna think about the pixie, but that's okay.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Come on. Thank you. Have I ever had rhubarb? I've had rhubarb in like jams. I have access to delivery movables, marketing boards. Okay, so that was why that's why we got her. But it's just to solve a plot hole is why the pixie. You want to get a Sid. You gotta play for that to happen, Sid. And I'm to blame. Oh, it's just something you know. Okay. Well, I'll have to start paying attention to things, I guess. I love that they gave me a room with a view. I know him.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the Source.
Who is this again?
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been?
Wait, I know him.
And who are you? She says.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Enemy not worth remembering, apparently.
I didn't mean to
My
hurt your
name's Arthur.
feelings.
In the first, I was a warrior of light. But in the Source, you knew me as the warrior of darkness. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood.
Oh.
We thought our home doomed.
Oh.
And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the Source, and tried to hasten their god's damned ardor. I remember when we fell. defeated by you and yours.
Oh, right. I remember. I remember this now.
Our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first.
Hey, when that happened?
The flood was poised to
He was
swallow
ARR,
Northrend.
right?
Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away.
Wait, Minfilia was here?
Leaving
Weren't
me
we?
to bear witness.
Haven't we been looking for Minfilia? I don't remember. It's been so long.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? A 100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
I don't know. Great question, sir.
You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it.
You were the one who caused the flood. You don't get to say that.
Maybe I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
We're gonna help a ghost. Okay. Fantastic.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light.
Ardbert. Is this gonna be his, like, redemption arc?
Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
That looks like the most uncomfortable bed I've ever seen. Oh, the data center. All my friends are on Primal. I actually don't know how to switch data centers. I've never had to do that. Watch, I'm probably gonna get the veil to pop up during this.
Quarters. I trust you are able to rest.
Well enough, thank you. Cephs. Hi, Cephs. You finished it?
That is good to hear. Should you want
And how many streams was that, Farrakho? See, I told you.
Now,
that's okay.
Let us return to the subject of the Scion's
Shoot,
whereabouts.
I'm not in the right... I'm not in the right class, so I can't commence. We have snacks!
This map shows the lands of Northrend.
Hold on.
The Crystarium is here.
I'm gonna have to...
To the north is...
I'm gonna have to withdraw.
To the east lies the once. Alas, as such, I would say.
I'm gonna have to withdraw.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called
I should have switched because I could have just switched and then restarted this cutscene, but I forgot to switch back to my summoner.
Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard.
Alize is a guard?
Gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calusia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first.
Okay, so we'll go see Alphina.
Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
We can go see Alphino.
But you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as
a new companion? Why did he say it like that?
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
I guess we'll go to see Alphina. Okay. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction. Present it to Zem Jinmai, the master of beasts at Tenemos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Oh, so Alphino doesn't hate you, is what you're saying. Oh, and Alice. Ready to depart from Amarang? Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. It was right before the fight, wasn't it? I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kessard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch. He will see that you reach your destination. I played it on PC, and then it came to Game Pass. Farrico, it's on Game Pass. If you don't want to buy it, it's on Game Pass. Let's see Alphino first. Oh wait, I think it's still on Game Pass. Yeah, it should still be on Game Pass. I actually got it on, I started playing it again on Game Pass, but I bought the DLC. It's just not the game. It looks comfy? Thank you. It's very comfy. You're so close to installing this? Oh my goodness. Shade, please. I know that you said that you played at launch and it was weird, and you've heard, and I know you know how good it is now, but I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so much fun. Oh wait. Oh. Man, you're sending me over here. You know I can't not pick up a quest. Alright, hello! I need a horse, or whatever this is. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Hello, I have a letter of introduction. Please don't be angry at me. Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with a morrow for passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. An Amaro? Not a chocobo? Not a chocobo? I don't get a chocobo? A chocobo? Do you hail from one of Norvant's more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. But here in the Crystarium, mounts like that gray fellow there are far more commonly used. Okay. You're gonna come with me? Okay, alright. I guess this man's gonna come with us. You wanna fly in tomorrow to Colusia? Well, I suppose if Master Genma is going with you. I can now travel. You can also use your Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether Currents. Yeah. Did it take me already?
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At Light's Edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Oh, Lucia. Oh, wow. Look at that. What an interesting looking city. If I think that would be like where Kefka would live. Do I want a taxi? Oh, to get up there? I really want to get a two-seater. A two-seater mount. Okay. Sin-Eater attacks. Okay. It's the people you should be wary of. Oh, shit. I didn't read that. Sorry. Is it hard to get up there? Yeah, I've seen it. They're like $25 though. That is Umor. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once our ally in battle against the Abominations. For years, the Ulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone so far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Elmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I like your headpiece. I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Oh, a secret? Is he hidden? Is he hidden?